Guess who's back and better than ever? Welcome back to A+ Life, where teens and teachers trust me for life advice even though I'm not a teen or a teacher. This month we're talking about time, and today specifically we're talking about how to manage time. And people actually question me a lot about time management because I'm an overachiever of sorts. But if you really knew me, you know that I was eating a potato for dinner right as I was making this video because I have no other time to do it. And I think it's ironic that people want to talk to me about this because I procrastinate so much. Literally this video, I'm making it 2 days before it's supposed to be seen. Most of the time I'd be making this a month in advance, but this is the point that we're at in this semester. Anywho, about time management, I have always been a perfectionist. I have a to-do list in my phone every single day, I pay my bills as soon as I get them, and I never leave the house without a full face of makeup. And sometimes when people ask me, how do you manage your time so well? I don't know what to say because it's just kind of in me. But I think that the real reason for me managing my time pretty well is because it keeps me sane. Like we've been talking about this month, I experience a lot of anxiety. When my life gets messy, it makes me lose control, so time management isn't an option for me, it's a necessity. Now, that being said, I do have a few strategies that I use for time management, and I want to share those with you today. So this video is going to be structured a little bit differently. We're going to start with the A+ tips a little bit earlier so that I can explain them more in depth. And tip number 1 is to have a to-do list. And that sounds so cliche and overused, but seriously, having a list every single day can dramatically increase your productivity. Now, some people prefer to use a planner, but I always end up forgetting that at home, so I just keep everything in my phone because my phone is always on me. So right now, I'm not super busy this week, so my list is really simple, but I get very detailed and I even list when I have to shower or just plain old things that we have to do every day. And so I do a day-to-day list every single day, but if times are really crazy, like around finals, I also keep a list of all the major deadlines that are coming up in my schedule. And that method has really helped me in recent years because I still feel like I'm in control even when there's a ton coming at me. And then I can prioritize my projects by their due date, so the things that need to be done earlier get done faster. So the to-do list is a super simple method, but it is a huge stress reliever. My second tip is to get rid of distractions. I'm about to confess something crazy. The last 2 years, I have lived without a TV or Netflix. And I do not miss either one of them. I used to love watching TV, but I'll admit that it was my biggest distraction. And when I came to college, I knew I was going to be busy, so even though I had a TV in my dorm last year, I very rarely used it. And now I don't have a TV at all, and I accomplish more in a day than I used to in a week. So maybe this sounds extreme, but I encourage you to cut out your biggest distraction. Cancel Netflix for a month and just see what happens to your life. Because Netflix provides constant stimulation, but you know what people used to do for stimulation? Read, learn, converse. So I believe that when we take away a TV, we find entertainment in things that are a lot more enriching than a screen. And maybe you'll find out that that geology class you hate is actually pretty interesting because now you're not distracted by season 2 of Gossip Girl. And you'll find that those assignments that used to take forever to get done are now finished in a fraction of the time because you can concentrate more efficiently. Okay, so my last tip is the most important one, and it's to stop worrying about how much you're getting done. Start worrying about whether or not you love what you're doing. The thing about how much we accomplish in a day is that it really has nothing to do with managing time. It's about what motivates us and if we're doing what we actually want to do, because that's when we produce quality work. So pay attention to that, make notes about the things that you want to devote time to, and then devote time to them. If you find yourself on the home decor part of Pinterest all the time, maybe you want to get into interior design. If you're addicted to watching BuzzFeed, maybe you should try video editing. And if you can't get through an assignment without watching the Food Network, maybe you should try cooking. It's great to want to increase your productivity, but remember that our distractions are usually our life's calling. And I think that the real problem a lot of students face is that we get caught up in what we have to do. By the time we get done with every project and assignment and chore, we are dead. And then we don't have time or energy to do our favorite things. So really, the best way to get more done is to actually do less. When we give ourselves time to rejuvenate and do the things that we love, we come back with more energy, ready to attack those less exciting things. And when we do what we want, we get more enjoyment out of life. So instead of worrying about time or your resume or your to-do list, start thinking about building a life. Allow yourself to become more empowered, pursue what you love, and then nothing will feel like a chore. So that's all we have time for this week, but join us again next week for a topic that is TBD. Thank you so much for watching and have an A+ day.